All right, fellas, it's time for Simply Dusty. Oh, wait, hey, no, not you. No, shoot, get out here, go. Yeah, so anyway, looks like I finally got Dusty in, and interestingly enough, he is direct from Hasbro, so this isn't from like Amazon or any other third party, so this is direct from Hasbro. So if I can zoom in here. The things that I like. This is C252A, 3252A, sorry about that. Same hub as the one that did Zarana. So I find that very interesting, that these two would come out as they are now and from that particular hub. And I just want to point out that, everyone keeps saying, oh, this is the last of the plastic packaging. And whereas that is true, understand that this is number 49. So really, these were created a long time ago and packaged a long time ago and have been sitting in a warehouse a long time ago. And they're just now getting around to shipping them out. That's why things weirdly shipped and all out of sequence, you know what I mean? So it's very interesting. However, so Dusty was one, I had at one time the original Dusty when he released. It was one of my favorites, and now he's sitting in a dump heap somewhere, and probably has been for a couple of decades. One thing I want to point out is that let's see if we can zoom in on this. It's Matthew McConaughey. I'm sorry, but it is. It's like hey y'all, it's Matthew McConaughey's the GIJoe. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I've noticed. And maybe I've said it in another video, I'm not really sure. But I've happened to notice that a lot of these characters seem to be based more or less on real people. Like, as if they told the team, hey, what celebrity would you want playing this character? And so they designed the figure around that. And in this case, Dusty seems to be Matthew. But if Matthew McConaughey was a G.I. Joe, he would be Dusty. Anyway, that's just a thought. Nothing to get angry about. It's just the way it is. So anyway, let's get this fool on out the box. All right, now I just want to, I know there's going to be some crinkly sounds. I don't have the best microphone situation. In fact, it is a microphone with a fuzzball on it, but I can't really pin it to my shirt. You know what I mean? So I apologize for that. Anyway, piece of paper. Yay. Bye-bye. And out you come, bro. Boom. Okay. Accessories out first. Back of pack. Helmet. Knife. Goggle 1. Goggle 2. Magazinal. Firearm. And broski. Come on out. Boom. Freedom! Out of the package. Ooh, he's wobbly. So now he's here. Let's go through the accessories. Righto, accessories. It's a gun, and I know that some folks have had a name for it, and fortunately, due to the excitement of the moment, it has escaped me, but it is based somewhat on a real-life weapon. It's got a kickstand that moves. Why it's mounted where it is unusual to me. I honestly don't know if that's real or not, but it's weird. And the clip plugs into the back. Somehow I get the feeling I'm doing that wrong. No, I guess that's, yeah, okay. Thought I would have gone in slanted for some reason. So there's that. Then he gets, looks like an army issue knife. Now I'm gonna again be brave and say this. I don't know if that's showing up properly. The blades are getting thicker, like more children's toyish rather than slightly realistic like they have in the past. Like if you look at the earlier knives, they actually had a blade, like they were thin. But here they're just, I don't know, they're becoming fatter and squatter. It's weird. And this be his helmet with this little, I don't know, hood. Now, there have been a lot of complaints about this hat, about it being too big. Someone posted online a way to fix that. I'm going to give it a go. I'll show you that in a minute. There's the backpack, highly detailed, super fat, super big. You know, they really go all out on these backpacks as far as the design goes, and then they skimp out on such quality on the figure itself, but oh well. There's really not much to these goggles. They're just goggles. Same exact pair, one for the head, one for the hat. I'm going to go ahead and put one on the hat now. I'm going to use the secret technique I use with the Vipers. You just put it where you want it to be on the hat, press down, and then use the back, scroll all the way down to where you want it, wherever that's going to be. And it has a tendency to stay, and generally go past wherever you think it needs to stop. Just keep going until it's there. It's probably not the best fit, but we'll see. All right. That'll probably fall off. But I'm going to go ahead and deck him out, but before I do that, I'm going to reveal the secret that this guy, or this person said. I'm going to zoom up here a little bit. Man, I got to hurry. The battery's going to run out. Because I didn't charge it like a fool. Okay, are we still recording? Yeah, okay. They said to put the goggles on backwards on his head, and then put the hat on, and it will stay put. And then the other one will fall off. So yeah, it's not coming off. So he was right. All right, well, cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and deck this guy out. Be right back. All right, there he is, all decked out. Everything seemed to fit. I mean, it being a little too big, it doesn't, I don't know, for some reason, like on everybody's video, it looked worse somehow than it actually was, or is in this case. I don't really see too much of a problem with, or at least with mine. That seems to be just fine. About the only real complaint I have is the same complaint I gave everyone. I really cannot stand the fact that, see if this shows up properly on camera, it may or may not, that the knee pads, elbow, and chest are all the same plastic, and it's a different color than the remaining plastic. I really don't understand why they did that, but when you have the figure in hand, you won't notice it until you get it in certain lighting conditions, which may or may not pose a problem. Once I start taking photos, I don't know if that's going to wind up showing up and being a serious problem. As for articulation, I mean, do you guys really want to see all that? I mean, just being honest here, you've seen one G.I. Joe Classified. You've pretty much seen them all. Now, wait a minute. I do notice something. There's this horrible gap in his arm. It just wants, like it wants to come off. Man, that's the same problem Zarana had. This arm, specifically, this little thing here, wanted to pop off. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to fix that. But see, if you try to move the arm, it's so tight, the joint's going to give way. Wow, man. Come on, Hasbro. These things are like almost $30 now. Get it together. Ugh. Boy, that really stinks. I'll figure out something. I'll look up maybe how you can warm that, but I don't know that warming that's up going to matter. I think it's almost like Hasbro's like, well, they're not going to play with these things. They're just going to like put them on their shelf and pose it once and just leave it there. And so I think that's their thinking. And so why bother putting all this effort into articulation and longevity and stuff like that when they know you're just going to pose it and leave it? Anyway, let's do some comparisons. All right, now we're going to do some comparisons here. I've got Sergeant Stalker and I've got Tiger Force Outback. Now I want to verify some things that were pointed out in another video but weren't, proven in that video. That yes, the legs and arms are the same buck as Sergeant Stalker, which then makes me say, hey, look, they can make the joint work. So I don't want to hear anything about maybe it was just a regular manufacturing or engineering problem, because it's not. Because he clearly has the same exact buck on that arm. This is just whatever hub they used, this new C-3252 seems to suck at making these particular joints. I'm not really sure how I'm going to fix it. I wonder if you can heat it up, straighten it out, and then cool it off, if that would work. Let me know in the comments if anyone knows how you might fix that. There's Dusty up against fellow waiver Zarana and Python Patrol Viper. Like there's really going to be an echo here, buddy. Yeah, you know, goggle envy. At least they stay on, right? You know, with that helmet on, it does look like he's going to be taller than Zarana, but I bet without it, they're probably going to be about the same height. Does hair really matter in height? I mean, yeah, well, yeah, be an interesting battle. Now, who might Dusty join up with out on the field? Well, how about these two Valiverse folks? The now sadly defunct Dorkside Toys, but the exclusive infantry trooper and Blowback. They both kind of have similar outfits, these two. And I think that they look pretty good. Maybe that's just going to be his unit, you know what I'm saying? And I think they match up really well. That's the thing, I guess, about Dusty I like, is he is very military. There's nothing fantastical about his outfit. One thing I do want to point out that's impressive is he's not gummy. I mean, just straight out of the box without any boiling or hot water, his joints, except for that one, are quite impressive. Like the ones that work really well. And, you know, the helmet, of course, is going to limit a lot of what he can do. He can kind of look up. He can definitely look down. He, you know, can do the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So he's got a lot of movement. Got some ab crunch. Oh, I got shot. He can, oh my God, if he wanted to. So, you know, he's got, like I said, he's got, looks like this one goes in and out, and this one goes up and down. And it was really a pain to get that gun in there. But, you know, yeah, great. Good job. All right, I just want to point out real quick that I'm already kind of destroying the joint here, just trying to see if I could fix the arm problem. And I've identified that this internal joint here is somehow jammed in a weird way, and it doesn't move well. So every time you try to do it, it adds more stress on the bolt, or the whatever the little peg is. And if you'll notice on this one, it's perfectly smooth. I'm sorry, shadow's getting in the way. But it's very smooth, and it doesn't have that problem. But this one sadly does. I've tried getting an X-Acto knife and scraping in there to try to get there's like a bunch of flash in there, and I think it's gumming up and jamming the joint. So hopefully you don't have this kind of problem. Now I have another one of these figures coming from Big Bag Toy Store, and whenever I get it, hopefully that one won't have the issue, but I doubt it. Final gripe, Dusty's gun does not have a port for blast effects, and I find that to be annoying, especially when I was doing photos. Well, that'll just about wrap it up. Mr. Dusty on top of the dragon. Yippee-yay! Off to the desert land. Your dragon will burn before you get to the first marker. Then I'll see you in hell. Oh, he's food now.